Today is very auspicious day, Disappearance Day of Srila Abhiram Thakur, personal associate of Nityananda Prabhu. Our Gurudev wrote his biography. I'm reading. Sri Nityananda Prabhu was Abhiram Thakur's life and soul. He was Sri Dham, one among the 12 cowherd boys in Braja. Pura Shri Dama Namasit Abhiramo Dhuna Mahan Dvatringshata Janair Eva Vahyam Kashtam Uvahasach. He who was previously known as Shri Dham is today Abhiram Thakur. He picked up a piece of wood that took 32 men to lift. This is from Gorganadesh Deepika. Abhiram Thakur lived with his wife Malini Devi in the village of Kanakul Krishnanagar in the Hooghly district. Kana refers to the Dwarakeshwar river. Kula means banks. Thus, the village of Krishnanagar on the banks of the Dwarakeshwar river is also known as Kanakul Krishnanagar. At the doors of his temple stands a large Bakula tree, and the place is popularly called Siddha Bakul Kunja. This is the place where Abhiram Thakur first sat down when he arrived in the village. The Gopinath deity was found when digging for a pond first began. This pond goes by the name of Sri Abhirama Kund. The temple also houses the deities of Braja Ballabha, Gopal and the Shalagram Shila. Sri Abhiram Thakur was a very vigorous and powerful Acharya. He engaged in preaching on the orders of Lord Nityananda Prabhu and saved many atheists and people opposed to the Vaishnava religion. Uttamadhikari Vaishnava, he sees all are serving Krishna, either directly or indirectly. Hiranyakashipu is also serving indirectly to increase the glory of Prahlad Maharaj and Rishingadev. So one who is in Uttam Bhav, in the mood of Uttamadhikari, he cannot preach and he cannot make disciples, he cannot guide. He thinks all are serving Krishna except me. But if they are ordered by Supreme Lord, Nityananda Prabhu, then they will play the pastime of Madhyamadhikari. That does not mean that they are coming down, means degrading and losing some spiritual strength or degrade. No, they are only playing the pastimes of Madhyamadhikari, because preaching and being guru can only be done from Madhyam vision. Madhyam sees Supreme Lord and he has love for him. And he sees those who are engaged in the service of Krishna, they are Vaishnavas, he will have friendship with them. He will associate with them, serve them. And then he will see two types of non-devotees. One is some jivas, they are not devotees, but they are innocent, ignorant, and they are like willing to hear, or you can, if you preach to them, they will be able to accept. So to such person he is merciful. Merciful, he will preach to them, he will advise them, and also give mantra for worship and will guide them. and he will see those conditioned souls who are, due to their past bad impressions, very much against worship of God. So they are always quarreling, they're against, they are not willing to accept, so he will avoid them, ignore them. That is the vision of Madhyamadikar. Kanishtadikar, he sees Supreme Lord, but he does not see the value of worshipping Vaishnava, and he is not seeing Supreme Lord as present in the heart of every living entity, so he is also misbehaving with others. He will not worship demigods, he will worship only Supreme Lord, but will not be established in Trinadapi Sunichana Tarorapi Sahina yet. So he's a Kanishta Adhikar, and with Anarthas, so he cannot actually properly guide. He needs guidance and practice. Only in rare cases, those who are more advanced Kanishtas, they may guide some totally ignorant beginner people. Like in war, if there are no men, then anyone will get a gun and they will have to shoot. So like that, sometimes it is necessary, even advanced Kanishtas, they will have to act as gurus, and there will be some effect. If means because they are connected to bona fide preceptorial channel. If there is no bona fide preceptorial channel, like those who are professional speakers or family gurus in India you will have, that will not give any devotion. But if someone is Kanishtadikari, connected to bona fide preceptorial channel, if he will guide others, that will also have some effect. Something is better than nothing. But generally, it is from Madhyamadikar, that is when someone reaches Nishta, Trinadapi Sunichana, Tarorapi Sahisnuna, Amanina Manadena, Kirtanya Sadhavari. He is constantly engaged in the service of Krishna, he is above Anarthas, and has clear Tattva Siddhanta knowledge, so he can properly guide. So then you have two types of Madhyamadikaris. One is actual Madhyamadikari, and he will have to progress to come to Uttamadikar, transcendental death realization. Madhyamadikari is also on transcendental platform, but not as deep as Uttamadikari. But he has clear Siddhanta and he's constantly engaged in the service of Krishna and has some experience. Or you have those who are Uttamadikaris but are being ordered to do the work of preaching or guru, so they will do the pastime. But still, one who is Uttamadikari will have more strength than Madhyam. Madhyam has strength, but Uttam has more. That is why you will find in Jeva Dharma, in 24th chapter, in 10 offenses to the holy name, in the 9th offense, where it is explained that one should not give Harinam initiation to those who are faithless. So there, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, those who are Uttam Bhagavatas, they are so powerful, they can create faith in anyone. They will, by their association and by their preaching, they can create faith in anyone. And after creating faith in them, they will bestow Harinam initiation. But, he says to Vijay and Brajanath, but as long as you remain on Madhyam platform, means they are actual Madhyamas, you should you don't have such strength. So you have to avoid those who are faithless, as I told before. Those who are innocent and they are willing, you should grace them, but avoid those who are faithless, because only quarrel will uselessly go on. So, what to speak of personal associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Nityananda Prabhu? They are very powerful. According to their desire, they will do, or Mahaprabhu when he was preaching, mass preaching, they can awaken everyone. So, but mercy and initiations, and this is always done from Madhyam platform, Madhyam vision, because he has to discriminate who is a devotee, who is non-devotee, what is devotional, what is not devotional. This discrimination is there. But he's not on mundane platform. That is, from spiritual platform, he's seeing, he's respecting everyone, due respect. But he will see this is devotional, this is anti-devotional. He will preach devotion and engage in devotion those who are balisha. Balisha means ignorant, innocent, like children. So to them. So here we hear Abhiram Thakur. He saved many atheists and people opposed to the Vaishnava religion. He was very powerful Acharya, because on that platform. Abhiram Goswami possessed tremendous spiritual power. The atheists trembled whenever they saw him. He was intoxicated as though he had been possessed by Nityananda Prabhu, and his enchanting mercies are famed throughout the world. So those who are Madhyamadikaris, actual Madhyamadikaris, they will get this service of, it is their duty that they have to give grace to ignorant. Once I requested our Srila Bharati Gosai Maharaj, you please bless me. I think maybe I was going back to Srila or something. I requested, Maharaj, you please bless me. Then he said, yes, I bless you. It is my duty to bless you. So, in this way, because that is Madhyam Adhikar. Our Gurudev is a personal associate of Krishna, but he was not even playing the pastime of Madhyam Adhikar. He played the pastime of like being conditioned soul, but because his Gurudev ordered him to give mantra, so Gurudev said, that is why I'm giving, to obey his order, not because I think I'm qualified, that I can grace anyone, or that I am liberated soul and I can rescue others, not in that way, but because Guru ordered me and I should not disobey his order, but I am not taking any responsibility as a guru for that disciple. No, I am giving all responsibility to my Gurudev. So because, and Gurudev said, he is actually your guru. I am not qualified. Of course, Gurudev is qualified, but he was playing such pastime, and there is a reason behind. There is a reason. Like some Uttamadikaris, they will play Madhyam, and they will preach boldly, and they will act as gurus, and they will guide, and they will bless, and everything. That is natural, and our Gurudev played the pastime of like conditioned soul. Why? Because you will find in Upadeshamrita, in the 5th verse, that Krishneti asya giritam manasadriyeta dikshasti chet frantivishcha vajantamisham Shushusha, that verse, how one should respect different kinds of Vaishnavas. There, Prabhupada Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says that sometimes Kanishta Adhikaris, they think themselves as gurus and they fall down because of that. They cannot realize that Madhyama Adhikar is beyond, is above them, and that they should reach that platform. So, and it happened in history that either they were ordered to serve as a charjos, or by their inexperience, they got some clear knowledge or some glimpse of realization or something, and they mistook it, oh, now I am a liberated soul. Or some were ordered to serve as gurus, and they thought, okay, if I have to serve as guru, then I am liberated soul, I am perfect, I am all in all. But they were not free of anarthas, and they did not take shelter of some bona fide pure devotee to guide them, or partially accepted like this. So that sort of misconception may come in Kanishta Adhikar, some advanced Kanishta Adhikar, that I am already a rescued soul, I can rescue others, I am guru, I am all this. So it happened. You perhaps know some examples in history. So our Gurudev played this pastime, that I am not qualified to be guru. How I can be guru? How I can give mantra? I am a conditioned soul. How I can rescue others? That is vanity, false vanity. That was Gurudev's lila, to show by example that it is not, even to come to Madhyam platform is not so easy. It is not just like someone is preaching, or he is a Madhyam Adhikari. No. Madhyam Adhikari means he must be beyond all anarthas, beyond anartha nivriti, and fully established in Trinada Pisunichana mood. And he can grace. Not just anyone will give some class or distribute some books and like this, he's preaching, he's automatically Madhyam Adhikari. No. Madhyam Adhikari is not so easy. It is above Nishta, he's in Nirguna platform, and he really has compassion to jivas and really has due respect to all. And he can discriminate properly and clear Siddhanta, everything. So our Gurudev said, I am not qualified, but my Gurudev ordered me. I have to do this service. Gurudev said, why he made me president of the mat? Because there are so many Vaishnavas, so I will have to serve them all. So in order to give me that service, to rescue me, my Gurudev gave me this service. So Gurudev said, I cannot take responsibility. My Gurudev, I am giving all responsibility to my Gurudev. So this is also sometimes seen. Of course, Gurudev was not advanced Kanishta, but he was really personal associate of Mahaprabhu. But he played the pastime how advanced Kanishta, if he is ordered by his Guru, how he should do this service properly. Not by some mistaken false vanity, that will not be good. So Abhiram Thakur pose, and how we can know that Gurudev is not Kanishta with some advanced by the effect. He's Uttamadhikari, but playing the pastime of such. But strength is not diminished. Strength is there. So everyone can feel that. Everyone felt that. And some will play the pastime like Madhyamadikari. If they are ordered to preach, they will play the pastime. They will openly, yes, I am your guru, I am taking responsibility, I will guide you. They are doing this sincerely as a service to Krishna. That is their duty. So Krishna may arrange for conditioned souls, those who have gathered enough Sukriti. Krishna will arrange both these types of guru, means can send Jiva to either of them, either Uttamadikari playing the pastime of Madhyam or normal Madhyamadikari. Krishna may send you there to get guidance. And rarely, sometimes it may happen, but it is rare, that Madhyamadikari, if he will also become somewhat proud and will commit offense to some Uttamadikari, then to get lesson he will also have to be degraded. So in that case, because those jivas, they were sent to him to be their guide. So if some problem is there with Madhyamadikari, then these disciples, they are sincere souls. They did not do any fault. So immediately Krishna will make another arrangement for them. He will send another, either another Madhyam or some Uttam who is playing the pastime of Madhyam, if that Jiva is sincere. So there will be no problem for that Jiva as long as she is sincere for the service of Krishna. But if you get Uttam who is playing the pastime of Madhyam, then there can be no problem. Even with Madhyam, rarely, very rare, but it can happen with Kanishta, that if they are falsely proud and do some or too many disciples and then enjoying spirit and like this is coming, then there will be problem. But still, even in this case, those jivas who are sincere, they will also get arrangement by Krishna to get another if there is any problem with that one. Krishna is always gracing those who are sincere. Abhiram Das was fully absorbed in the mood of friendship, his Sakha. He lifted a stick that contained 16 notes and prepared a flute out of it. It is from Chaitanya Charitamrita. This Chaitanya Charitamrita verse is making reference to the same piece of wood that, according to the Gaur Ganodesh Deepika, would have taken hundreds of people to pick it up. After Abhiram Das lifted it, he held it like a flute. He held in his hands a piece of wood that 100 men could not move, in the way one holds a flute, Bhakti Ratnakar. So the point is that if Krishna would not send some jivas to those who are normal Madhyamadikaris, but would send all only to Uttamadikaris, then how Madhyamadikaris, they will do their duty of gracing, guiding, how they will do this service? There would be no scope for them to do this service if only that option is there. And Krishna is omnipotent, he can do whatever he likes. He has unlimited stock of Uttamadikaris in transcendental realm, unlimited stock. So why he does not just like send 2-3 millions of Uttamadikaris in this world and it is finished, job done? Why? He's cruel or what? No, Krishna is always merciful. But he has his own idea how he is rescuing the fallen souls, how he is guiding them. So sometimes like this, sometimes like this, and that is his department. We should not judge or try to be more wise. Our job is only, we have to be sincere for the service of Krishna and advise others to want only service of Krishna, then Krishna will make perfect arrangement for everyone according to his idea. We should not be more wise than him. It depends on us. Krishna says in Gita, Nahi kalyana krit kaschit durgatim tata gachati. One who is sincere for kalyan, that is eternal welfare, he will never be deceived. Krishna is telling this. So how he is bringing jivas to him, how he is guiding them in this way or that way, that is Krishna's department. We should surrender to his arrangement. Only we have to see whether we are sincere for his service or not, or others. Some may be deceived, but we can see they were not fully sincere actually. The devotees were greatly astonished when they saw him perform such superhuman feats. And we can also see, even if someone got initiation from personal associate of Krishna or from Uttamadhikari who is playing the pastime of Madan, still they may not be successful, at least not immediately. They may do, for some time they will do, and then again, due to past bad impression, they may deviate and like this. So even getting initiation from Uttamadhikari is not guaranteed. It is not the only thing. It depends on us, how we accept, how we practice, and this. So the only thing is, but gradually, of course, those who are blessed, gradually they will understand and they will progress. But the main thing is we should be concerned about our own sincerity. Then Krishna will make all arrangements necessary. We have to rectify ourselves. The devotees were greatly astonished when they saw him perform such superhuman feats. According to one legend, whenever Abhiram Thakur paid his obeisances to stone or statue, if it was not a Vishnu Shila or a consecrated deity, it would crack or be reduced to powder, because many people, they would cheat. Deity has to be installed. Krishna has to agree to accept service. Krishna has his own will. So he is willingly appearing and accepting service, but ignoring his will, just worshipping something because everything is Krishna, that is not proper surrender to Krishna. So some, they would take some statue and they would show as like a deity and they would collect donations. They are not actually devoted to Krishna, they are only cheaters. They want to collect money in the name of deity worship. So that is not actually deity. Why Krishna will appear if someone has lust, he wants to exploit? He can have no contact with Krishna. So that is not deity. So because such cheating was going on, Abhiram Thakur played this pastime. Okay, worship of Krishna. So he would pay Dandavat, and if it was not Vishnu Shila or consecrated deity, installed deity, then that would burst into powder to expose that this is cheating. And another thing here further, non-devotees were also unable to tolerate his pranams. Why? Because some cheaters, they will put tilak and they will put tulsi mala and japa mala in their hand and dress like Babaji or something, and they will go and beg money, and everyone will give them dandavat and they will beg money, and people will think, oh, Vaishnava, So they will give, so they are taking this as a profession. They are not actually devoted to Krishna, only they are misusing people's trust to collect. So such cheaters also were there. So if someone was like a Vaishnava externally seeing, if Abhiram Thakur will give him Dandavat, because he's a Vaishnava outwardly, so if he was really not, if he was not a Vaishnava, he will die. Such power, Abhiram Thakur, means he played this past and to expose the cheaters. Nityananda Prabhu's son, Veer Chandra Goswami and Ganga Mata Goswamini survived his obeisances, which confirmed their divinity. And Gopal Guru Goswami also in Puri. If you are Vaishnava, then no fear. But if you are cheater or using deity as cheating, means some statue, then you will get exposed. These things are written in Ashtakas, 8-verse Sanskrit hymns composed by Abhiram Thakur in their name. Srila Abhiram Thakur possessed an amazing whip, which he named Jaya Mangal. Anyone touched by this whip would immediately experience the transcendental ecstasies of prema. That whip is that you beat the horse to run, like that is whip. Beach, we say in Slovenian language. Anyone touched by this whip, not ordinary whip, would immediately experience the transcendental ecstasies of prema. One day, Srinivasacharya visited Abhiram Thakur, who touched the whip to the body of Srinivasacharya. Abhiram's wife Malini stopped her husband from doing so again, saying that Srinivas was just a young lad who wouldn't be able to tolerate the effects of divine love. Nevertheless, Srinivasacharya was very dear to Abhiram and received many blessings from him. Though not his initiated disciple, he was like a disciple to him. The Jaya Mangal whip is still held in a chest in Krishna Nagar temple. In the Bhakti Ratnakar, the following statement is also made. O Srinivas, how much more can I say? Abhiram descended into this world in order to deliver it. Appearing in a Brahmana family, he became a scholar in all the scriptures and an unequaled musician, not only in song and playing musical instruments, but in dance also. He married at Nityananda Prabhu Balaram's request. His wife Malini is also indescribably powerful. Bhakti Ratnakar. So here we see Nityananda Prabhu ordered him, or requested. Many people say that Bali Mat in Puri was established by Abhiram Thakur. An annual festival is held in Kanakula Krishnanagar on his disappearance day, that is to say, the Chaitra Krishna Saptami. That is today. Our Param Guru, Jagat Guru, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada, visited this site along with his associates when traveling on the parikrama of Sri Gaura Mandal. At that time, the devotees in charge of the temple greeted him with great hospitality and honored him and his followers with special treatment. Those who are real devotees, they will recognize another real devotee, so they accepted. But some, they were feeling disturbed by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur because he exposed their cheating practices. anti-devotional practices or not pure devotional practices, like charging money for getting darshan of Mahaprabhu. Prabhupada said this is wrong. Voluntarily, if someone will give something for service, that is okay, but you cannot demand that you cannot get darshan of Mahaprabhu unless you pay. That is wrong. Mahaprabhu himself was going throughout all India and approaching himself all jivas, embracing them, requesting them, you please take Krishna's name, you worship him. He himself was going to the jivas to rescue them. And now you are saying to jivas, you have to pay to me so that you can take darshan of Mahaprabhu. That is wrong. So then they were feeling disturbed because their business will be ruined. Or doing business in the name of Bhagavatam or some other in the giving of mantra, not giving rules and regulations, only mantra, and you can do whatever you like. So such improper practices in the name of devotion, Prabhupada exposed. So many, they were disturbed and they even wanted to harm Prabhupada. Of course they could not. But it was, his glory was more shown to the world. Like Nityananda Prabhu, who was attacked by Jagai Mother like this. So, but here and in Radharaman, in so many places, he was received properly because he is a pure devotee. So, before I told that our Gurudev, mostly he used to play this pastime of being like advanced, Kanishta being ordered to be Guru. But Gurudev, that was his lila to teach by example, not actual position. But sometimes he would also acknowledge that he is like, we can see him as Guru or someone playing the pastime of Madhyamadikar. When one letter came out that Gurudev is now old and illness pastime like this, so he wants to go to do bhajan, and another acharya will be selected. So Gurudev wrote that letter. Two of his disciples, they had to write that letter by hand and to present to others. So some other devotees, after hearing this letter, they thought that these two persons, they want to become acharya themselves, and they forced Gurudev to write that letter. So they became hostile to them. That was their thinking. And because of this wrong thinking, they also got some reaction. So one time Gurudev, in order to out of compassion, in order to prevent, Gurudev said, it is not that they forced me to write that letter. You should not commit this Vaishnava aparat. They only followed the order of their Guru. Gurudev did not say me, and also at that time he did not say follow the order of my Gurudev. Because sometimes Gurudev would say, I am not your Guru. My Gurudev is actually your Guru. He ordered me to do this service, so I'm doing so. Actually, he is behind, so he's a. But this time, Gurudev said, they only follow the order of their Guru. they wrote that letter on the order of their Guru. So this pastime also sometimes Gurudev. And one time in our Delhi mat, the Pujari, our Gurudev did not allow his photo to be on altar. Because I'm not Guru. My Gurudev is Guru. You have to worship him. So Gurudev's photo was not on altar. When Gurudev was in that mat, disciples they would put, but if Gurudev personally was present in that mat, then Pujari will remove that photo. But one time in Delhi it happened, Pujari forgot to remove the photo of Gurudev. Then Gurudev saw and he became angry. When the altar opened, I was there. Then Gurudev said to all with devotees that no one should pay obeisance. No one should pay obeisance. Because you should not pay obeisance to anyone in front of Thakurji. You know, one offense is there, seva aparat. You should not give obeisance to anyone in front of Supreme Lord. Only his personal associates, they are one with him. So Gurudev said that there is conditioned soul is there, showing his own photo. Conditioned soul is there. So you should not pay obeisance now. It will be offense. And then that Pujari, he understood that he forgot to remove. Then that Pujari removed. Then Gurudev paid obeisance, and after him we also paid obeisance. So such was Gurudev playing such pastime. And also one time in that Pancha Pandav Mandir in our Delhi mat, the Pancha Pandav, and also on wall there are photos of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Parang Gurudev, and Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj. And also our Gurudev's photo is there, little lower, but when Gurudev would come, they would cover that with some cloth. So when our Gurudev was very playing the pastime of old age, so he would like inquire, or his sevaks would tell him, then here Pancha Pandav, and they would show here there's a Prabhupada and your Gurudev and Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj, and then one sevak who was more close to our Gurudev, that Radhakant Prabhu, then he showed also to that covered with cloth, and he said there behind this cloth my Gurudev is there. So Gurudev did not say anything or but that was Radhakant. He said that my Gurudev is there. So that time Gurudev did not object. So like that, they are doing pastime. So today is Srila Abhiram Thakur's Disappearance Day. Vaishnavas, they appear in this world and also they disappear by the will of Krishna. Whatever pure devotee does is for the eternal benefit of all. So I am bowing down to his lotus feet and praying for his causeless mercy. Tomorrow we will hear Bhagavatam, and then on Friday it is the disappearance day of our Gurudev.